Here.
Wait for this to warm up. Good thing got these liquids Plow up. Stop sign, we got to stop and shut that off. Wait for it to be clear. Let that in as we take off. And we're spreading all the way through. Stuff coming out. Because if you're spreading, every so often you gotta see, I just ran out of salt right there. So you gotta pull over to the side. And you gotta raise your bed. Enough to get up to it, and then you back up. Put your brake like that to make the salt slide down.
Oh, okay.
So you can reload back up and then put it down, and now you're ready to go again. Each hill, you saw that you're coming down the hill. People will slide, come down the hill, you know, if you don't have salt there, because you got to stop right here. So it's just extremely dangerous. Okay, here we're going to see, we're going to go turn on the spreader here. And if I were plowing, at this time I would drop the plow in your flags to show you how close you are to the car, or even to sidewalks. So you can, on the driver's seat, it looks like you're right on top of it. But look at the wand out there, and you can tell that just about how much room you got. I'm just within a couple inches away from the curb now. At the same time, we got to maintain the salt as we're plowing. You've got to come up to cars, and then you got to swing out and try to swing back in as quick as you can without your back end hitting that car. And you go right through the intersection here with the salt, still plowing. Plows down, and here's another car. Like I say, you got to go right back into it. Get kind of close to cars, it looks like you're going to actually hit them, but we about know where that wand is over there, so we know when to swing out and swing back in. Get close to that curb again. Because we want the salt, we want that snow to get off the street, lay it into the over top of the sidewalk. So it's out of the way of the driver's lane. Continue to salt. Then we come up, I'm going to show you how to go around the corner here. Got to continue salting as you turn around here. And try to get that curb as close as you can. Like I say, because we want the snow off the street. Once again, we're going to come up and swing outside this car here. Never stop sign, you got to kick that off, then turn it back on as you're going forward. Once again, you got to stay against the sidewalk. Try to shift your gears. Continue to salt in the middle of the block. And then you got to salt this hill right here. You come out from around that car. You got to salt this hill because busy right here. There's usually 2 trucks. The first truck takes it out of the middle, and this truck lays it over, gets it the rest way out of the street, lays on the sidewalk. And the back truck always salts. The front truck does not salt. I'm going to show you some tight areas. Once again, we've got to salt as we're doing this. We're coming with this plow truck. We've got other traffic on the other side of you there. So you just about got to know where that's where the ones come in pretty handy. You've got to know where that front end's at. You want to get close to that sidewalk as you can without jumping on it and tearing up stuff. At the same time, you got your salt. You gotta always remember to throw that salt spreader on. Got to look out your mirrors. You got to look both ways before you see it out. Slick out, your other driver will slide through the intersection on the street that you haven't got to yet. So you got to use precaution when you're out in these plow trucks. But they also try to so well, I don't want to be behind a plow truck. I'd rather beat it to the corner, so we got to be careful.
Now, why does it just shake and rattle so much?
When we order the trucks, we get them with oversized springs on them because we know we're going to carry between 8-9 ton of salt every time we go out. If your spring's too light, your truck will just sit there and sag, and you won't get the performance out of it. You just overload them and ruin your tires. So you got to get it with overloaded springs to take this much weight all the time. And that comes in handy too when we're hauling stone with anything. That's why we get overloaded springs on it. And when you're empty, like we are now, that's just extra bouncy.
So is it much less bouncier when it's full, or is this pretty normal still?
It's a little bit less bouncer, but you still get a bouncy ride out of these things. Day in the life of a snowplow driver.
So now this bed holds about how much?
That will hold about 8 ton.
8 ton, okay. And the spreader's off, correct?
Yes.
All right. How heavy is the blade up here? Do you have any idea?
We're looking at probably about 300 pounds probably.
Mm-hmm. And you said there are shoes on here that keep it from actually touching the ground, correct?
Right here's the shoe, a slide shoe. Keep the blade about 1/4 of an inch off the pavement. Mm-hmm. We want to get that blade as close as we can to. If you leave too much snow in there, it turns ice, and then you're worse than what you were before you started. Mm-hmm.